Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Okay students, last time we were actually discussing about the HTML and different text editor. We have discussed about the notepad, we have discussed about the VS Code, and in the last class I told you all that you have to install your VS Code and how it will be downloaded and how to install. I have discussed about it in the last lecture. And the second thing which we discussed in the last class, that was uh, this very little code, right? So we have written this in our text editor, and we have seen that what actually will be implemented with the help of this simple code. How we have to save the HTML file, I have discussed this thing also, that whenever we will actually save our file, we must have to give its extension HTML. I mean, whatever the file name you want, like suppose you want to save your file with the name of ABC. After this ABC, you have to write a .html. So .html is a actually extension of this file. And how we can actually view the HTML page? We simply double click on that file which we actually save, whatever the location we have given. So go to your location and double click on that file, and that will be open in your default browser. Today we will discuss about the different HTML tags, right? What is HTML tag basically? Just look at here. This is HTML between these less than and greater than symbol. So these are the basically HTML tags. Whatever we will write between the these tag is actually known as tags. So this is HTML tag, this is head tag, this is title, it's body, right? Okay, one more thing. Uh, there are basically two different type of tags, right? Some are that which we have to open it, and then we must have to close it as well. Suppose that HTML is open here, and here we have close it. How we actually differentiate between the open and close? Look at here, I have written here HTML only, and here we have this backslash, right? So this is actually used, this slash is actually used to close the tag. So HTML open, HTML close, head open, head close. Between the head we have this title, right? So look at here, title open, title close. We have body tag. Between the body we have written that welcome to my first page, and then body is close. So these are the tags which we must have to be close. But another type of tags also available which we don't have to be close. For example, BR tags, etc. We will discuss about it further. So tag name, and these two are the symbol of less than and greater than, and between these opening and closing tag we have to write our content, whatever we actually show on our screen. So we have to write between these open and close tag. We also have different types of attributes available for the tags, right? Specific attributes are available. We will discuss about it furthermore. Okay, designing and formatting. In the last class, we have written some code. Let me open you. Let me make another file. Um, for example, I want to give it a name like ABC. Let me zoom it. Now just look at this. ABC dot HTML. This is very important, right? Dot HTML, because when you write this dot HTML, it will actually convert this simple text file into the HTML file type, right? Press enter, and now our abc.html file is ready. Okay. I'm gonna press shift and exclamation sign and press enter. So it will actually give me some code which is actually known as I don't actually getting the exact word right now that what actually we call it, but okay. Now look at here beta, doc type HTML. What is this doc type? It is specified the HTML version used so the web browser can show the web page according to HTML standard. All HTML tags must start with this tag. So when you make your any page, the first tag should be doc type, and then we have this HTML tag open and then closed. Then we have head tag open and then close, and between the head we have meta tag and titles, right? So what these are, just look at here. HTML, all HTML documents start with HTML tag and end with /HTML. Then we have a head. It is used to define additional information about the web pages. It contains a set of tags such as title, styles, meta, scripts, etc. Basically, I have informed you about that during the process of web development. We have to learn first HTML, then CSS, then JavaScript, and so on. So CSS and JavaScript, these two are the different than the HTML, right? Why we use CSS? For the designing or for the coloring of your content, whatever you have used with the help of HTML. And what is JavaScript? JavaScript basically is a programming language which we use to handle our different elements. If we want to give any functionality to our, for example, if you made a button on your page and you want to do something with that button, then you must have to do something or handle something from the JavaScript. So these JavaScript and CSS, these two are the different than the HTML, right? So how we connect our CSS file or Java file to our HTML? If we want to handle this thing, then we have to include these two things, right? Like CSS or Java in our head tag, right? For example, let me show you. Suppose I'm gonna make here one of my file like style.css, right? This is actually the CSS file. Now this is my HTML and this is my CSS file. If I want to connect this CSS file to my HTML file, then I must have to put something between this head tag, right? So I will write here link, right? Then when I press enter key, it's asking me about the H reference, right? H reference means hyperlink reference. Hyperlink means you wanted to connect this file to another file, right? So you have to give that file address and complete address and name. So because that file is available on the same root means wherever we have this file ABC. For example, my folder is available, just look at here, let me show you, right, this folder. When I double click this folder, then just look at this ABC file and style file is on the same location. So this location is actually the root location or root path, right? Just a minute, it's getting, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Just a minute, it's creating some problems. Okay, sorry for inconvenience. Actually, my display was creating some problem. Well, so I just want to connect these two different files in the HTML file, right? So just look at, I want to connect this style file with this ABC file, right? So what I will do, I will actually, okay, fine. So I will write the name of this style.css, right? So I'm gonna write style. Just look at, when I press just S and T, it gave me the name. So this is actually the IntelliSense of this Visual Studio Code, VS Code, the software which we are using here, right? So when I press enter, now my this HTML is connected to this style.css file, right? So control S, save, right? So we use head tag to give a different information to our HTML file, right? So this is style tag, right? Script, why we use a script? If we want to link our, for example, JavaScript file, so we actually use the script tag there. Then we have a body tag. The main content of the web page is contained between the body and close body, right? Then we have a different title and footer. Title, you know about the thing, whatever, like this computer science, this is the title. What is footer? Footer is available on the bottom of the page. You have seen that, like copyright 2000, all right reserved, it's written on the bottom of any web pages. So these are actually known as a footer. Okay, then we have a paragraph and line break and blah blah blah. So we actually now discuss about these all things, right? So I'm gonna write this code, and with the help of this type of code we actually made page like this, right? So now just look at, we have just simple code like this, right? And this is only for your general knowledge, right? Currently we are not working with the CSS, so I'm gonna remove it. Okay, so just look at the page, what we have to make. First of all, we have to require the heading tags, right? And then we have this small text which is actually in the within the paragraph tags. Then again we have heading, but it's the second heading size is smaller than the first one. And then again we have some small text, right? So how we can actually do this all, just look at between the body tag. First of all, I am gonna write here h1, right? We have different sizes of h, right? When we just press h, it gives us h1, h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6. These are the 6 different sizes of a heading. h1 is the biggest size, h2 is quite smaller than h1, h3 means more smaller than h2, h4 means again more smaller, it will be more smaller than the h3, so on. So this sorry so this is how we actually use the heading. So when I press h1, press enter, so because we are using VS Code, so it will open the h1 tag and close the h1 tag, and our cursor is between these two tags, so we can actually include our content here, right? So I'm gonna give it a heading, right, like evolution of computer, right? And after this heading, what we actually required, just look at here, after this heading we required this text, right? So we are going to write this text between the paragraph tags, right? So for the paragraph tag we actually use a p tag, only p, press p and then enter. So now you are between the paragraph tags, right? So I'm gonna so we will write here whatever the text be required between the paragraph tag. So I'm actually using a available text, right? If I write LOREM, lorem, and for example I need 20 words text, so it will be available, right? Just look at here. I'm gonna save it, only saved, okay, not save as, save. And now I'm gonna open this folder and ABC. Now just look at, my page is ready. For example, we need some more character, not only 20, more than 20. So Lauren, like 40. So it will give me the 40 words. Control S, then come here and refresh it. Okay, so now we have approximately 40 characters, right? So if I just make this smaller size, then you can see in here that whatever we have written, so it shows on our page. Now what we have to required, we need another heading, and then it's again text, right? So for the second heading, for example, we need its size is less than that the previous heading, so I'm writing h2, and my heading is mechanical era on the dark age, right? Then again we need a paragraph tag. Okay, let me show you first heading. Control to save our file, and then go to the browser and press refresh button. Whenever you made something changes in your HTML tags, then save the file first from there and then press this button, right? So refresh. So it will actually replace the previous one tags within the new one. Okay, now again p tag and Lauren, right? I need approximately 80 words of text, right? So here we have. Now just look at this dot, and here also this actually shows that your file is not saved, right? So I am gonna press Ctrl S, and now look at these dots are hidden. So open it and refresh, and your page is ready, right? So how simple it is. It's not actually a rocket science. It's very simple to write your code. Now just look at into your book. It's actually giving us the tags like the same, right? So this is how we can actually make our web pages, a simple web pages, right? So today we actually discuss about the HTML tag, we have discussed about the head tags, we have discussed the title tags, right? And after that we started within the body we use h tag, h1 tags, h2 tags and p tags, right? Now we are moving to the list. What is list? Just look at here. You have seen this this type of list available. I mean the points, right? For example, you also use these points within your copywork. Whenever you note down some different points, then you use these type of bullets, right? So these are actually known as a list. We have different type of list available, like the first one is unordered list, the second one is ordered list, and the third is description list. Right, we are only working with these three type of list. Now first of all, unordered list. What is unordered list? Unordered list means that you want to use a bullets, right? You actually need a bullets like this. Look at this dot or circle, a small circle. But sometimes you need a number values instead of these bullets, right? So that numbers are actually ordered list. Numbers are like Roman values like 1 I and double I for 2, triple I for 3 and I for IV for 4. So this is actually the ordered list. As well as you also wanted to right? Like point A, point B, point C. So this is also an ordered list, right? Just look at here. What is description? Description is just like this. You wanted to note the first point and then its further detail with the quiet indentation. Indentation means the space between the first and the second thing, right? Margin difference, that is known as indentation. Okay, so first of all we will discuss about the unordered list. Unordered list, just look at the first character U and the list L, right? UL tag is used for unordered list, right? Okay, let me show you. For example, we have written this code, and due to this code we have this page. Now after this paragraph, for example, I need a unordered list, right? So I'm gonna write UL, press enter. Now we are working with the unordered list, right? Press again enter. So our unordered list is started. Now I need a first item of this unordered list. So I will write LI, list item, right? LI means list item. Press enter. I'm gonna write, for example, we are discussing about the evolution of computer. For example, we are discussing like first generation, right? Again LI, and then second generation, again LI, and then third generation. Right? So I'm gonna press Control S and refresh. Just look at here. I'm gonna zoom it so you can see here. We have our unordered list. Okay, let me change it. It's unordered list. Now I'm gonna change this. Okay, leave it as it. I'm going to change it into OL, right? I'll just copy and paste it. Now it's ordered list, right? I'm gonna put some comments here. These are actually just a comments, right? Why we use comments? We use comments between our code to enhance its readability. Why? Because for example, you written this code today and you didn't open it for the 10 days or 1 month. After 10 days or 1 month, when you again open it, then if you didn't use these comments, then you again have to read all of your code to understand what actually you have done here, what the logic for the specific task you have written, where you have actually written in your code. So we use these comments to actually remember about our different kind of thing. You also remember about when we actually discussing in the previous book, GW basic, right? There we use REM tag, right? Remarks tag. Why we use that? to remind ourselves at what we are doing in that specific program. So this is also the same thing. How you will actually write these, you will use less than, then sign of exclamation with the help of shift, and then 2 dash, and then your comment will start. So I'm gonna write here ordered list, right? And its short key is, for example, control and then the question mark key. Control, press control and question mark key. So it will write this whole thing. So you have to just write ordered list, right? So I'm gonna save it. And remember, these two things are just comments, right? It will not create any impact in our web page. Controls as save. I'm gonna refresh it and look at here. This is our unordered list and this is our ordered list. What is the difference between both? These bullets and these numbers. We can also change these bullets and these numbers with the help of its attribute. We will discuss about these all things, right, later on. So this is how we actually use our list items. We have used unordered list, we have used ordered list. Okay beta, so now let me recap of today's lecture. Today we have discussed about the HTML, right? And in this HTML today we discuss about the HTML tag, we have discussed the head tag, we have discussed the title tag. Let me show you title again. I think I forget about its title. Look it, by default it's written document. So when I open my this page, just look at here, it's document. Okay, so in the previous document we required a my web site, right, for the title. So I'm gonna write here my website. Control S for save, refresh, and now look at my website. So we have discussed about the title tag, then we discussed the body tag, then heading tags, and we know that heading tags are from H1 to H6, right? H1 is greater, H2 is quite little bit smaller than the H1, and so on, right? So these H tags are basically in a descending order. Then we have discussed about the P tags, paragraph tags, heading tags again. Then we discuss about the list items, list tags, and in listing we discuss about the UL or unordered list, then OL for ordered list, right? So this is actually the end of today's lecture. I hope you learned a lot in this class. So if you have any question, then you can ask me. Okay beta, so this is Arslan and I'm gonna signing off today's class. So inshallah we'll meet in the next class, and till then take care and Allah Hafiz.